have not heard a single person on YouTube talking about this. And Cooper's pissed. This is a glaring manufacturing issue that they really need to solve if they decide to do an R3. I finally got my hands on a QK65, and this thing is interesting. Is this the highest quality board that you can get for this price? Absolutely. Is it the highest quality board that I own? Without a doubt. Do I regret buying it? A little bit. Wait. Before you flame me, let me explain myself. I bought the QK65 in June when pre-orders for round 2 were just wrapping up. I had come down from watching all of these videos of all of these YouTubers talking about how this is the best board in the budget range, and I just had to have it. I was so caught up in the hype, and I just felt like I needed to splurge on this board. I got it in the mail this week, I unboxed it, built it on stream, had a great time, and then the next morning I woke up kind of feeling icky about it. And that, my friends, is what happens when you give in to keyboard FOMO. Okay, welcome to Reading Time with Coley. Today we're reading Keep Going by Austin Kleon, a great book. He's one of my favorite authors. In this book, he talks about how to say no to certain creative opportunities that might stretch you too thin, therefore to prevent burnout. And he actually talks specifically about FOMO. That social media has created a human phenomenon called FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's the sense, scrolling through your feeds, that everybody is out there having a much better time than you are. The only antidote is JOMO, the joy of missing out. Saying no to the world can be really hard, but sometimes it's the only way to say yes to your art and your sanity. The reality is that we don't need to buy every single keyboard. Fear of missing out in the context of the keyboard realm is the anxiety that an exciting or interesting new keyboard product is gonna come out, that you're gonna miss it, and you're gonna feel bad that you don't have it once everyone starts posting about it online. This board isn't bad. In fact, this is probably the nicest board that I own. If you have the money, absolutely get this board. If you like the sound tests that you've heard, if you like all the materials that it's made out of and the specs and whatnot, if you like a clean but simple aesthetic, if you want the highest possible quality in 2022 for that specific price range, this is the one to get. But so we need to talk. Since I built my QK65, I started experiencing these really weird glitches causing my computer to crash. I looked into it, and I am one of less than 10 people who are having this issue. It's like the cherry on top of the Dookie Sunday. I already didn't like this board, and it's caused like such a headache. It basically causes my computer to freeze, glitch out, and open like a cajillion Microsoft login tabs on Firefox. Like 90 tabs open up and just completely clock my RAM out. I asked all my tech wizard friends, and they were like, we have no idea, we never heard anything like this. I ran antivirus and malware scans, nothing came up. Only happened when my QK65 was plugged in. It turns out that the PCB that I have is incompatible with my computer specifically. I don't know why. I can tell you that they have a proprietary MCU, which is basically the little mini kind of like computer on the PCB that really does all the like QMK and VIA stuff. So I opened a ticket with QWERTY keys and to send me a round 1 PCB from the last round of QK65s, and hopefully that will solve the issue. I didn't think I could like this board even less, but it has become like the biggest headache ever. I just wanted to give a little update. One of the things that QWERTY keys suggested via their ticket system on Discord was to try to update my computer to a new Windows update that was apparently more secure, and see if that would help solve the problem. And for like a day, I didn't have any issues with the QK65. Then unfortunately it happened again. Didn't solve the problem, and neither did wiping my computer, which I also did. Pain in my butt. They're going to actually ship me the R1 PCB to hopefully solve the issue. I hope you guys know that my #1 mission on this channel is just to be honest and tell you guys like the truth of what I think about these keyboards and these products. I value my relationship with you guys over my relationship with any company that I would potentially collaborate with or am currently collaborating with. And some of you guys who own QK65s might not like that I'm saying negative things about it, but The reality is, if you like this board and it's not making your computer glitch out like it made mine, then that's fantastic. That's what I want for you. Not everything is going to work for everybody. Anyways, that's the update. If you're like me and you already own enough keyboards, the truth is you don't really need this board. I already own a QK65 and I also already own a KBD67 Lite. The QK65 to a lot of people is better than both of those boards, but owning them all at once, admittedly, and this is my fault, it's kind of dumb, at least to me. I was so caught up in FOMO that this was the budget board to end all budget boards. The reality is I didn't need it. I had two perfectly great 65%, but I bought this thing and here we are. Let's talk about it. Again, I'm gonna reiterate, this is a great board. I also want to reiterate that this isn't really a full-on comprehensive reviews. There's a bajillion of those on YouTube already. Go watch like Keyboard. He's gonna do a way better job than I ever could talking about this thing. But here are some issues with the QK65 that were issues to me. Before I jump into it, please subscribe and ring that bell. Ring the bell. It helps me out a lot. And join the Discord, links in the description. Number one, owl stabs. The stabilizers that this board comes with, they're not actually that great. I had a lot of rattle. I had to plug the butt multiple times. I did rebuild this board and I did it with an extra set of stabies that I had, and it is so much better. I don't think that you should be using owl stabs or Duroc V2s in a world where TX stabs and stabies exist. That's just my opinion. Something you really don't want to do when this board kind of requires you to take apart the entire thing to adjust the stabilizers is need to tune the stabilizers. Number two, this thing is heavy. Maybe I'm so used to being in budget gang and I'm just not used to premium boards that are like 10 pounds, but the Bakaneko, it's a perfect weight. It's hefty enough to not feel cheap, but it's light enough to not feel like a brick. This thing is a brick. That's cool if you like that, but I'm the type of person who moves their keyboard around a lot on my desk, and this might give someone a concussion if you tapped their head with this thing. So some people, that's gonna be premium, that's gonna be amazing. For me, I don't know, it's fine. God, people are gonna hate me for this video. Three, this board is not doing very much new for me. The board that I built before this QK65 was a Libra Mini, which is a 40% tinted Arisu layout with a joystick instead of arrow keys. I mean, literally, look at this goofy thing. This is a standard 65%. It's really not doing anything interesting other than being the highest quality in its category in its price range. Clean, but it's very boring. I mean, even the Zoom 65 at least has a knob. I know, I really just said that I wish my keyboard had a knob. I'm gonna get flamed so hard for this video. I already own two standard 65% keyboards. I don't know what I was thinking buying another one. It's nothing wrong with the QK65. That is completely my fault and not really assessing what I needed and giving in to FOMO. Four, I wanted this board because I wanted to try a flexier typing feel, seeing as it has a lot of flex cuts, not only on the PCB, but also on the plate, as well as it being gasket mounted. But it's still a pretty stiff board, but it's not like nearly as flexy as, say, an QK68 Aurora R2. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but I was at least looking to experience something that was a little bit flexier, and it's just not that. Number five, the sound from the board, while very nice and clean sounding, is really not for me. I think I'm kind of over that marbly sound, but I feel myself wanting to go back to my like shoddy Bakaneko. This thing just sounds kind of muted and marbly. It would be great if I was going back to the office and needed a very quiet board, but I'm not. The sound's not really hitting it for me. Anyway, that kind of wraps up my points. I think I'm going to keep this board for now, try a bunch of different configurations. I've already built it up with the recommended configuration, and I'm feeling a little bit better about the board, and I put some linears in it, which I think are sounding a lot better, as well as putting stabies in instead of the stock stabilizers. And those stabies, they take a good bit of tuning, but once you get them there, they're fantastic. I'm really gonna do my best to enjoy this keyboard, maybe try a few different configurations. Hopefully I can get that little feeling of regret in my gut to go away. I think what QWERTY Keys and Owl Labs did here is fantastic. I think being able to offer this quality at this budget range is unreal. For my own personal collection, This one's, it's okay. I think if I ever go back to the office, this will be my work board because it's so nice and quiet. I guess the Libra Mini broke me. I mean, literally, look at this goofy thing. Look how goofy. I love it. Please let me know in the comments. Do you guys feel like the QK65 is a worthwhile addition to your collection? Did you pass on it? Did you grab one? If you grabbed one, do you like it? Please let me know. At the end of the day, I'm gonna try my best to enjoy this keyboard, and the only thing I need you to do is to not be a stranger. So, have a great day, guys. Oh, this? Don't mind me, this is just how I'm gonna type from now on. It's very ergonomic.